This article is being read by an automated voice. Chapter 3.5 Hydrocarbon Standards in the U.S. Commercial Applications. In 2019, the International Electrotechnical Commission, or IEC, updated its IEC 60335-2-89 standard, increasing the allowable charge of A3 flammable hydrocarbons, like R290, from 150 grams to 500 grams in commercial cases. The standard-setting agency, Underwriters Laboratories, or UL, subsequently approved its second edition of UL 60335-2-89 in October 2021 to include higher charge limits for A3 hydrocarbons and A2L refrigerants in the same equipment types. UL 60355-2-89 covers safety requirements for commercial refrigeration appliances and ice makers with an incorporated or remote refrigerant unit or motor compressor. The second edition of UL's standard raised the hydrocarbon charge limit in closed cases to 300 grams and 500 grams in open cases. The prior limit for commercial cases was 150 grams. The Canadian Standards Association, or CSA, 60355-2-89 standard covers the same equipment and allows the same hydrocarbon charge limits. The American Society of Heating, Refrigeration, and Air Conditioning, or ASHRAE, also incorporated UL 60355-2-89 into its ASHRAE 15 standard for refrigeration safety. In May 2024, the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency announced the finalization of its significant New Alternatives Policy 26 rule, which aligns hydrocarbon charge limits with those outlined in UL 60355-2-89 for self-contained commercial cases and ice makers. The rule also enables R290 to be used as a refrigerant in refrigerated food processing and dispensing equipment. Several states, including California, Colorado, Maine, New York, Texas, and Washington, had legislation to accept the second edition of UL 60355-2-89 once the EPA adopted it with SNAP 26. According to the Environmental Investigation Agency, or EIA, 11 other U.S. states had previously adopted the UL standard in updated state building codes. Industrial applications. SNAP 26 only applies to indoor self-contained cases. Currently, larger custom-built equipment requires case-by-case approval from local jurisdictions. Some companies, like Colorado-based New Belgium Brewing, are taking the initiative to decarbonize. American manufacturer G&D Chillers installed a propane chiller for the brewery in early 2024. According to Paul Johnson, Director of Technology and R&D at G&D Chillers, the company's Elite R290 line applies several different U.S. standards, including those from UL, the International Code Council, and ASHRAE 15/34, which eases obtaining local approval. The U.S.-based International Institute of All-Natural Refrigeration, or IIAR, is developing a safety standard for large-scale closed-circuit hydrocarbon refrigeration systems. The new hydrocarbon standard applies to propane, butane, and isobutane and restricts the total hydrocarbon refrigerants on site to 1,100 pounds, 500 kilograms. The local authority having jurisdiction can approve higher charges. IIAR received 161 comments during the first public review of the proposed standard. The organization set a second 45-day public review for the updated hydrocarbon standard, with substantive changes from October 25th to December 5th, 2024. At the 2024 Atmosphere America Summit held in June 2024, Tony Lundell, Senior Director of Standards and Safety at IIAR, said the hydrocarbon standard would be ready for review by the EPA SNAP team in 2025.